What is a weird habit that you have? I like to put my hands on my genitals when I sleep. I lock my car twice because I feel like I didn't the first time. I get completely naked to poop. This makes it much easier to respond to unexpected home invasions. I like to fold my ears inwards, especially when they are cold. So basically like the top part of your ear going inside your ear hole. I don't know why though. Sometimes I blink to the rhythm of the music I'm listening to, so I get weird looks sometimes. I make up a beat in my head and click my teeth together to the rhythm. I also count syllables. I require at least 40 minutes of pre-bullshitting and time wasting before I can get any schoolwork done. I wipe the tip of my penis when I'm done peeing. I told my friends this, and they said it was weird. I just don't like moisture festering on my dick. At some point I stopped rinsing my toothbrush after the initial toothpaste application. I check that doors are locked multiple times before going to bed, even knowing I already did once. If I'm eating a snack, I grab 2 pieces of it and chew one in every side of the mouth. I flex my feet constantly. It's like restless leg syndrome, but in my feet. At my own house I still put toilet paper over the seat, even though it's clean AF. I spit in the toilet whenever I take a piss. Don't know why. I always whistle when I get home. Not some kind of tune. Just one really long high-pitched whistle. My only talent is being able to whistle really loud without my fingers in my mouth, and it's just become my way of announcing I'm home. I discuss and analyze things that I need to think about with myself, often asking myself a question, knowing full well I already have the answer, to simulate a conversation where the other person is actually able to help. Put simply, I talk to myself. I like to make myself sneeze. I use a cotton swab to scratch my nasal canal. Works like a charm, and the feeling of sneezing for me is comparable to an orgasm. When I'm home alone, I finger shoot imaginary terrorists whenever I go to kitchen or bathroom. Don't know if it's weird or not, but I repeat things I think are important so I remember them, or things I don't understand for a better understanding. Everyone thinks I do this because I believe I'm smarter than them. I can't convince them otherwise, so I just roll with it now. How shocked would they be to finally realize this habit comes from me knowing I'm not the smartest guy in most rooms. I kinda pat/slap my own ass whenever I'm done with a physical task, like one might clap the dust off their hands. When my nostrils feel dry, I lick my finger and lubricate their inside. More than one time, people have thought I'm eating my budgers. I can hold a pocket of air in my cheek that's airtight, and letting it out makes a weird quack-like noise. No one I've met thus far is able to replicate it or understand how I do it. Sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way. I constantly Q-tip my ears. I know how bad it is for you. Trust me, it just feels so FK and good, man. I tend to remove the paper label around water bottles. I work as a mechanic and have calloused hands and use nail clippers to trim said calluses off. I chomp my teeth in a subtle way to help imagine music playing in my head, like the sound of it is THR beat and all. I like to pluck my eyelashes. I bite my nails and use them to pick my teeth. I also kind of do this. I shove the nail between my teeth for some weird reason. Symmetry. I have to chew food equally on the left and right sides of my mouth, always ending a meal/snack on the right side. Also, if I touch something with a different texture with one hand in passing, I also have to touch it with the other hand, e.g. something wet, something soft, something spiky, etc. I have to wash my feet before sleeping every night, usually on the sink, no matter how clean they are. I bite the areas around my fingernails. My hands look like a disaster zone. Worst habit in the world. There hasn't been a day in the last decade where my fingers didn't sting, either when I use hand sanitizer or just washing them with water. When drink from S bottle, I always have my pinky up like an aristocrat. I do this with every drink. Jerking off and coming in the kitchen measuring cups and then forgetting to wash them out. I smell my hands after I touch things with them, after handshakes, after I scratch my balls. IDK. It's a reflex at this point. Tapping my scalp when it's itchy. Have done rough since forever, so don't want it under my nails. If I scratch like a normal person, itchier it is, harder I hit, and I look stupid doing it. Hence I'm careful not to do it in public. If I'm not wearing socks, I pick at my toenails. Not something I do, but some kid in my class does this. Hell, look around to see if nobody is looking. Unbuckle his belt, stuck his hands in his pants, crutch his sack, or whatever he has down there. Bring his hand back up and sniff it like he was taking a fat hit from a blunt. I know I've asked to leave the class and told the counselor, but nothing, he still does it. Edit. Spelling. I wiggle my toes for every tree, street light or sign I pass when in the car. I unconsciously copy facial expressions of characters on TV. I get a lot of weird looks from my family and friends. I go to the bathroom multiple times an hour for the fact it's quiet in there and no one would bother me. Lightly chewing on my own or someone else's skin when I'm extremely anxious. I know that's super bad, but I do it without thinking. I always smell dishes before using them, especially cups. I don't realize I'm doing it until someone catches me and usually feels insulted, like I don't trust their dishes to be clean. I used to smoke cigarettes. When I smoked, I had to have a bag of chips and a soda. I would take a bite of the chip, take a hit of the cigarette, and then swig of the soda. The irony was that I hated chips and I hated cigarettes. If I hit the cigarette by itself, I'd gag until I threw up. If I ate the chip by itself, I'd gag. But the chip counteracted the taste of cigarette and vice versa, so it worked out. I'll lay in the shower for hours. And I mean maybe a good 4 hours. Water stays hot the entire time. I count the numbers of letters in words I read or hear. I have been doing this for many years now, and I'm pretty good at it. This is clearly obsessive compulsive behavior, like many other activities in this thread. I don't know really well. I used to pick my nose and rub it on a wall and I would call it La Budja Museum. I had issues. I like to chew on stuff when I'm nervous, or scared or thinking. Usually my fingernails or my lips or my knuckles or my pencil/pen or my shirt, and sometimes whatever is in my hand. But it not only calms me, but helps me think. I always adjust the neckline on my shirts. I've done it all my life and now my shirts are all weird and stretch out in the front. I pluck my nose hairs, and at my worst, individual hairs of my beard. I know it's really bad with a risk of serious damage, and I'm working on stopping, but man, it's a good way to deal with stress. Every time I open a soda/beer can, I always take the tab off before I start drinking it. If I don't make it past that drain before the chorus of this song drops, the girl I like won't like me back while I'm walking. I've always done it, always will. I'm not superstitious at all, but I still think of it in my head all the time. There's a very specific kind of material, think what sleeping bag outsides or umbrellas are made out of, but I rub between my fingers. I have bits of it at home, at work. It's a comfort thing. Don't know how or why, but I have long since not given a shit anymore. It doesn't hurt anyone else. Shrug. Sometimes when I'm stressed, my mind starts running through a list of words as a kind of soothing technique, I guess. I'll just be walking around, thinking the words yeakwelth, and I'll write gree through a go and just keep cycling through until I force myself to stop. It's a kind of mental tick or itch. When I eat a slice of pizza, I eat the crust first, then turn it back around and eat the rest from point to base. I might get hate for this, but I play Rec Room VR, and I continually make changes to my costumes for no reason. They usually turn out worse than when I started, so I just delete them. When I take my shoes off, I need to line them up left and right, touching each other, flat on the floor. I can't just throw them on the floor. It makes me physically uncomfortable if I don't do this. I keep 6 toilet paper squares in my back pocket at all times just in case the place I use the restroom at don't have any. I nibble on the inside of my lower lip. The material in there, not sure what is actually inside lip flesh, make a crackling sound which I find calming. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.